Hey YouTube, Ohsama Sentai here. Welcome to my review for King-ohger episode 36. So we had a week off for, I don't know, golf or something, some sort of hiatus. We got a bit of a vacation, and now we're back continuing the arc where we head to each kingdom in an attempt to liberate them. Last week we had Yanma's kingdom, in which we failed to liberate them, but this week we actually succeeded with Himeno's kingdom, which I have to say I really like that. I like that it isn't just generic like, okay, we're visiting here and winning, checking it off like a boss battle list. I like that it's actually, we'll see how next week goes and the week after, but we didn't completely succeed with Yanma. You know, it was on a bittersweet note, but this one we did succeed. I kind of like that. It keeps the arc a little unexpected. I don't think this episode was as strong as last time's. I think the last, act, I guess you could call it, was the strongest, definitely. Much like the Yanma one, strengthening the backstory and characterization of both our ranger and their, I don't know why I said both like that, but both our ranger and their retainer. And I think this shows me that this arc is seemingly going to be about fleshing out that relationship as well as the retainer characters more, who've been in the series actually quite a bit. I'll be curious to see how they do Black Rangers, because his is just that silent guy, that it seems like his sister's going to be more involved, but we'll have to see. But the first half of the episode was kind of this ruse where Himeno is doing this like, oh, I'm going to do the bachelorette, I need to find a prince, and she selects all the rangers but Black Ranger, who, speaking of Black Ranger, I didn't even realize he wasn't there. And so it's all those guys as the suitors and Rita, and then it's also this mysterious new handsome dude. And it's just kind of like this series of competitions. There's some funny stuff. I feel, Toku silliness definitely. It's very specific when I am enjoying it. Not that this annoyed me, because there's definitely a sliding scale of Toku silliness that absolutely grates on my nerves. This wasn't like that. I just wasn't that into it. There was a couple moments I chuckled at. I primarily liked the stuff that I thought was funny, where Jeremy was kind of shipping Yanma and Himeno. Rita just kind of being smart when they were trying to figure out like what's going on, saying, hey, are you in danger? I thought that was nice, especially since those two kind of have a connection a little bit. But other than that, like the first half of the episode was just kind of alright for me. And obviously you find out, like the audience finds out, that's not really Himeno. It's Kame and Jim, who's one of the only villains' names I can remember, because I was making fun of not being able to remember their names by saying it's something funny like Kame and Jim put together, and that's his name. So anyway, she's actually trapped with all of her people getting sick from this virus that kills soups in the woods. Wait, I got my notes for Gen V mixed up. It's not actually her, and then she eventually escapes, and we find out that the handsome dude is actually Sebastian, her butler, who we find out the backstory of him is, they do like a sort of half backstory when he shows up as a suitor, where he says like, oh, long ago she saved me from destroying my beauty, and then we get the full story of that was really him, and that's when she made him Sebastian, because it's kind of the message of, the thing that ugly people say is real beauty's on the inside. No, but you know what I mean. It's that classic message. And I thought it was actually pretty well done, though. I thought it was really nice, especially with the themes of beauty and stuff tied to her character and kingdom. And I don't know if this is how it directly translates, because depending on what subs you're reading, it'll maybe translate differently, but she said this line of like, real beauty is eternal, which is, again, kind of like the beauty is on the inside type of thing, but I think it's kind of a cooler way of framing it, in the sense that like your looks will fade, but if you're a beautiful person on the inside, it'll last forever. I guess neither of mine will last forever. Not beautiful on the inside or out. Anyway, so I don't know. I thought it was nice. Mostly, I think, just nice for the backstory of them and their connection, which I think was really great. And also kind of taking a more, I don't want to say serious, but meaningful note for a story based off of a gag where he kept saying all throughout the series, I'm 25 years old. So yeah, that was the best part of the episode, highlighting those characters with that twist and them liberating everything. But like I said, the first half just didn't work for me. So it ended up being like an overall okay episode for me, because the first half was alright, but the second half was great. To end things on kind of a superficial note, I really love Yellow Suit. I mean, I like the suits in general, but I think their suit's still my favorite of the core 5. White is overall my favorite, but it's still my favorite of the core 5 just because I love the way it looks. I love the unique color. But every time I see yellows, it really highlights how well done the visor and helmet design are done on these. It's just exceptionally cool, and there was a couple cool shots of this. But yeah, overall, another solid episode. I'm still enjoying the show. It wasn't as strong as last week, but I'm looking forward to next week. I feel like I've sort of become less annoyed by the Black Ranger over time, and I'm like desperate for the episode that finally gets me fully on board with him, so I'm interested to see how next week goes and how they flesh out the backstory of their retainer. I think that's kind of an interesting thing they're doing, and in retrospect, again, it made me realize how much that they're focusing on those characters in this series. But what did you guys think of the episode? Let me know in the comments. As always, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Ohsama Sentai, signing out.